Hello everyone and welcome back to From Our Basement Gaming.
Hey everyone.
Thank you. We are back with part 17 of our Croc Let's Play. And this is the last Croc of the year. The last one of December as well, so.
Yep. It's the last Croc video
It is. And happy Kwanzaa to those of you who celebrate it.
Yes. Kwanzaa.
What is it, Box Day?
Oh, Boxing Day.
Boxing Day. Sorry.
Boxing. North and Canada.
Box Day. Sorry. I don't know if I don't know that Caddy watches us anymore. I think he did. I saw proof that he probably checked out one video, so he at least kept his promise that it's like, oh, I'll check it out. I don't think he actually subscribed, which is fine, no pressure. Of course, if somebody like that subscribed, if they were like commenting on the video. We didn't expect it to happen. Took a peek.
Yep.
Yeah.
But importantly, yes, it is Boxing Day. And also a very important holiday. That's important in Britain.
Yeah. Right. But for us here, it's all the Christmas stuff is 50% off, which I don't have to worry about now. But that used to be stuff that my mom did. She would like buy wrapping paper, ornaments and stuff back when she felt like doing that, but doesn't really do that anymore. Yeah. Squish sound. That's very disturbing. Yeah. I mean, don't get us wrong, we're happy to get an extra life, but oh, it was quite a struggle. Oh no, not our mortal enemy, the crab.
Yep. We're sorry, crabs.
Yeah. Sorry, we actually like crabs, but it seems like in video games we're often pitted against them. Yeah, and they hate us. I guess it's because we're Marylanders and Marylanders eat crab.
Now by the time they move to Boston.
Although the real reason is climate. The real reason is our water is too warm. Yes. And I immediately felt the impact of that when we were in Italy and the menu where they had imported crabs from the US said imported from Maine. And that was a big red flag to me because I'm like, Maryland would have been, there was a time and place where Maryland would have been where they would get those crabs. Because Maine was for lobsters, but now I guess it's going to be for lobsters and crabs. I don't know. Maybe the lobsters went further north if it's getting too warm.
True. We can't take it anymore. We are becoming Canadians.
Yeah. That's it. I've filled out my paperwork to get a Canadian citizenship,
Yes.
or at least a visa. Yeah.
You know, the Canadian leaders, which don't think
No. Man, still a missed opportunity. They even had an hockey rink.
yeah.
And I'm like, why would you do that? Like, I'm almost thinking they had that idea and, like, at the last minute, they're like, nah, that's lame. Because they've done so many other sports competitions.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it would have made perfect sense. You have your Canadian neighbors are coming and want to stick around and you want them out. So it's like, why not challenge them?
Well, play for it.
Because, I mean, it was being all racist and like, we're American and we're better. I hated that.
Yes.
So I'm like, but if you really want to do that, it would make perfect sense for you to be like, I can beat you at your game.
Yeah. Real thing that happened
Yeah.
It was very, both of them were a bit uncharacteristic.
Yeah. I'm like, somebody in the crew was angry at Canadians for something. I don't know what. Because by the way, to our Canadian viewers, we love, we are not that type of person. We're not like, oh my God, we're better than you. In fact, we would prefer that some things in our country. Not to say your country is without issues as well. I know. Nobody's. Some of the things you guys have going on, it would be nice if you Yeah. Yeah, Norbert, the one who likes to casually use French, has a problem with Canadians. I'm like, really? You're gonna pick Norbert, and then you're gonna pick Daggett to be like, I'm Canadian now. I'm like, I mean, it would make more sense for the character who's a little more naive to be the one who has an issue. And now, to be in character, he probably would have no issue with the fact that they're Canadian specifically. He probably would just... I could see him getting more character.
Especially
Yeah. Yeah, you could be like hockey, you know. They could make it anything. I don't even like hockey. And then he'd be like, wait, Derek, that's it. Knowing them, they'll probably think, they'll probably only play half-heartedly because they'll assume we're bad at it.
Yay!
You know.
Exactly.
Yeah, make them... See, if you want to show them as the antagonists, have them be the racist ones. Have them be like, American playing hockey, you know.
Yes.
Don't make the good guys racist. That just makes no sense.
Right, especially because they're fellow beavers.
And challenge that. Yeah, have them come to the realization like, you're our brothers, you're your fellow beavers, therefore we should treat you like family. That's really what they should have taught in that episode, but they just like airing their grievances with Canada. I don't know what Canada was doing at the time that somebody on the crew was like, I'm going to air my grievances in this episode. And I don't care if I have to make those beavers out of character to do it. It's like, what? That was one of 2 or 3 dud episodes.
Yeah.
It's not like every episode was perfect. Yeah. I mean, a lot of them were great, but yeah, there were a few that were like... And some where, like, the plot was completely half-baked.
Yeah.
Like, remember the very disturbing one where Norbert had an ear infection and was just acting like this wild animal or drugged up or something. I don't even know how to explain how he was acting. Feral, I guess.
Episode flew off the rails.
Yeah, the whole episode flew off the rails. I'm like, what is going on? I have never heard of a acid type trip being a side effect of an ear infection. Maybe aggressiveness from making pain you're in, but not to the extent that Norbert was acting.
Right.
And I mean, I'm guessing he had an inner ear infection. Those are like,
yeah,
that's something I wouldn't wish on my enemy. Like, ear infections in general are horrible, but inner ear is the worst you can have.
Yeah.
What happened, game?
Game. Oh, brother.
At least we saved after that one part. Sorry, guys. This game is finicky. That's what happens when you have the real hardware.
We did resurface this.
We did. It might get to the point where we have to do it again, but I'm hoping we can beat the game first.
Yeah.
This is why we've decided to start the process of testing our games.
Correct.
We haven't really gotten to the disc-based ones yet, but I have a feeling we will be doing a lot of disc cleaning in our future.
Yes, we will.
But yeah, man, that was a weird episode.
That was.
And I'm like, it would have maybe made more sense if they if they had some kind of doctor type character and he gave him like this really strong medicine, or maybe they got some kind of unconventional doctor and so he had like this weird herb that's supposed to cure his ear infection, and it's a weird herb so it makes him act funny.
Not to mention they were at Stump's family reunion.
Yeah, and he goes crazy and starts eating everything. Yeah. Or, maybe a side effect of the medicine is it made him super hungry, like ravenously hungry, where he didn't have that logical of, this is our friend and the family of our friend. He's just like, what? Yeah.
His friend.
Yeah.
Another famous episode of that was Norbert was the one who was the friend of Stump. The one who treated Stump.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, that was an instance of where Daggett was actually the one, like, me. Yeah. So. Yeah. It felt like, and the way it ended, it like didn't actually end. And then it was never brought up again, so I'm like, did this episode need to be 25 minutes? Yeah. Because it was just the weirdest episode ever. And it did not conclude. I'm like, what were you guys doing? You were just like, I don't know how to conclude this episode. It's like, why did you even start this episode? It was so disturbing. Yeah, as somebody who has you know, I remember having ear infections as a kid. It's horrible. I suffer from hyperacusis and I suffer from a lot of ear pain. So as somebody who's dealt with a lot of ear issues, that was a very traumatizing episode for me, frankly. To see, you know, graphic detail of what he was going through. So yeah, not fun. That was definitely a big dud.
Yeah.
I don't like any episodes that make light or make jokes about medical issues. Anyway.
That's the one.
Oh yeah. I don't know. I have a feeling that one might have been somebody's somebody's special interest. I'll just put it that way. But who knows? Maybe the ear infection one was too. But I really hope not.
Well, I can think of a certain person who was working on all of that at the time.
No. Yeah.
Who might have had an interest in ear infections. I know he had a thing for feet.
Yeah. Yeah, and pimples, I think.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Like, is that another reason you like them young? Oh well.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. But anyway, yeah. Definitely with nonsensical episodes like that, I kind of start to wonder if it's just they have. I think I can say this. I think I can use the word kink. I'll use that instead of the other word. But you guys know what I'm talking about. Yeah, when it's nonsensical and it's not like in the normal tropes that you tend to see, sometimes I wonder.
Yep.
I know a lot of the stuff that shows up that's tropey tends to be accused of, people are into some of that stuff. But I'm not gonna be a purist about it. I'm like, whatever. Other than if it gets too disturbing to watch by somebody who doesn't share in that interest.
We were all like,
Yeah. Yeah, so when it's something that involves pain or grotesque stuff, I kind of start to get a little bit bothered. And it's, again, not going to shame you, but why are you showing it to everybody?
right.
Type of feeling. But, I'm one of those people that certain people would complain about because I would not be against having a variety of trigger warnings on shows. But I know people are like, yeah, well, you never know what's going to upset someone. It's like, that's true, but if you're covering something that a lot of people tend to be upset about, it probably wouldn't hurt to give people a heads up.
Yeah.
And there are ways to do it without spoiling plot twists, because I think that's some of the reasons some people don't do it. They're like, but I'm gonna give away the plot twist. Well, it's like, be as vague as possible then, while still letting them know what they're in for, and it won't spoil it. Unless you're gonna literally write what happened, you're not gonna spoil it, so it's okay. But that's just me, that's just my feelings as somebody who, when I was a teenager, I was on the old YouTube, the Wild West YouTube, where it was very easy to get traumatized. Now, YouTube's answer was just to go completely in censorship territory. I don't think that's the answer. I think the answer is disclaimers and trigger warnings.
Yes.
And yes, even in the case of, well, first of all, I don't like prank screamer videos, but I feel like even in the case of a screamer video, you should have a trigger warning. I don't care if it destroys the purpose of a screamer, because unless you're doing it as a prank, it should be, and if you're doing it as a prank, frankly, I don't like it. Yes, those are people I genuinely don't like. I don't like people who send that crap to scare people and then laugh. To the point where I got very mad at somebody who they mistook me for somebody who did that to them, and I'm like, don't you dare accuse me of that, because I've had that done to me, and I would never do that to someone else. I do not relish in scaring other people. But yeah, so if you're uploading horror, jump scare warning. If you're doing a Let's Play of Five Nights at Freddy, jump scare warning. Watching episodes of Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared, jump scare warnings. Please. And I should not have to watch a video that is not horror adjacent and be jump scared without any warning. Not acceptable. Because I'm somebody who has anxiety, and that stuff really gets to me, really bothers me. And yes, with live action horror, I can't handle a lot of the gore and the sudden jump scares. Even the auditory jump scares can be hard for me, especially I have hyperacusis. Auditory stuff I'm very sensitive to. So I personally would have a much easier time if there were jump scare warnings. But since our country is currently run by a bunch of people who act like we're special snowflakes for asking for that, I don't see it happening anytime soon.
Yeah.
But my other point that I could, and my other thing that I could point out, because maybe they care more about this because it could potentially be a money issue. Wouldn't people who are more sensitive be at risk for having a heart attack? And this is not the only, jump scare is not the only thing. There are other things that are crazy. We do have some videos that will, and I love the people who do the trigger warnings. Thank you guys so much who are already out there doing for the obvious things. Mentions of word I can't even say anymore. I have to say it the lame way. Self-unaliving, stuff like that. We get plenty of trigger warnings for that, which I'm grateful for. But there are some things that are not. There is a certain picture that I wish they would give a trigger warning and say, this contains this picture. Because I don't want to look at that picture anymore. A picture that I swear they just do it because the algorithm likes that picture.
And everybody and their brother was trying to.
Where I'm like, you know what? I don't care. It could have just been somebody with a mask and they just edited the picture to make it look scarier. I don't care. What little I've heard of the origin of that picture, it sounds like nothing good, so don't care. And it's in other pictures that are similarly creepy, they care a lot less about the origin of, so it's like, why?
Yeah.
But anyway. So yeah, that's just my soapbox of the day. Kevin's Daily Soapbox. I should make a segment. That should be my podcast. Things that I get on my soapbox about. So I have fun. I'm half joking, but
You're kidding on the square.
kidding on the square. Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, you're joking, but at the same token, you are interested.
Yeah. I'm joking unless that's something you would like. It's like the covert flirting.
Yeah.
Like, just kidding unless that's something you'd be interested in. Yeah, with that. My unpopular opinions and stuff. Just kidding unless you would actually subscribe to and listen to a podcast where I am less filtered than on here. A friend of mine once said when I was feeling like, oh, should I worry about posting my unpopular opinions. The friend said, well, you aren't going to meet people who share those unpopular opinions if you never say them. That's really good advice, isn't it? Yeah. So yeah, I'm like, I should probably follow that advice.
Yeah.
So yeah. I have to go to the bathroom. Not to be DMing. But and be like, oh, maybe don't share that opinion. Maybe don't tell that one. No, it's not an opinion, it is a fact. If it was an opinion, I could just be like, you know what? No, I don't have to. That would be nice. It doesn't work that way. Oh my god, it got very good. I am going to look away because I have a tendency towards migraines. I know. I'm sorry, guys. I talk about my medical issues sometimes, but as you know, I'm a mess. Some people are probably like, how do you function? I don't. Good. But I have had a person be like, how are you so kind? Because she knew only a small fraction of the crap I have to deal with.
Right.
And I'm like, well, you know, it doesn't help anything to be mean. So, like, I know that there are some people with chronic pain who understandably get cranky, and I get cranky too sometimes, but I do my utmost best not to, like, let it make me mean to people.
Yeah.
Especially since I've had this issue since a lot of these issues since childhood, so I'm kind of just like, well, you know, it's my life, and sometimes I do get depressed about it, but most of the time I'm just like, well, this is what I have to do. I think that's maybe a little bit different from what I've seen, you know, from people I've met who develop a chronic issue in adulthood, which, believe me, I've developed some new chronic issues in adulthood, but for somebody who's had no chronic issues all of a sudden has one in adulthood for whatever reason, I've noticed those people tend to be a little more on the being crabby and mean to people side, probably because of, understandably, you go through this why me type of thing. Especially if it is not the result of a specific injury or you being reckless. Because I think the tendency is people try to look for, well, what did I do? Did I do something stupid and therefore I somehow deserve it? Which, by the way, you don't.
Right.
Even if it is something like that, you don't deserve me. Nobody deserves me. But I'm thinking because of that, and I could be wrong, but I'm thinking because of that mindset, some people, honestly, everybody, but some people who develop it in adulthood tend to be a little more on the bitter side.
Right. My heart goes out to the
Yes. And I completely understand, because sometimes I completely break down too.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why? Like, when a new thing comes on, I'm like, okay, why is there another thing? How many more of these am I gonna have to deal with, you know?
I guess it's my natural tendency.
Yeah, and that's the thing too, the people around you, it's hard. Because a lot of them, like, they want to help you feel better. And, yeah, they don't understand. You know, there are people who are like, oh, you don't take... Well, of course you're not going to feel better if you don't take a Tylenol or a ibuprofen. And I'm like, I would have to take it every day. And I would have to take, like, probably 3 times the normal dose for it to even, you know, make the pain relief noticeable. And I would be... And medicine like that really bothers my stomach, so it's like I'd be trading one thing for another. And, you know, every day you're gonna shut your liver down. So, but anyway, I know we're past 30 minutes, so we're gonna keep going until we make it or die. Yeah. So yeah, that's, you know, that's the reality. No. Oh, God. Phew. Alright. That was scary.
Yeah, it was.
Thank goodness it wasn't like a Mario 64 case where you hit the edge and just immediately sink. Whoa! And I'm like, no, I could have made it. Why? Yeah.
Or you end up going,
yeah, if it's lava.
Yeah. Okay.
Alright, guys.
Well,
we will see you next time. See you next year. Bye.
See you in 26.
Or actually, no, we have 2 more videos.
Oh, wait a
Never
minute,
mind.
you're right. We have...
In terms of Croc, if you're only watching Croc, we'll see you next year.
Yes.
But if you're watching...
Well, see you next week.
yeah. See
Sorry
you next
about
week
that.
or next year.